Hi, welcome to Versus, where we watch 2 TV shows so you don't have to. Today we watch...
Come and save me.
Versus...
And you don't seem to understand.
Ergo Proxy.
Right. This... okay, aside from the word from being really miserable, this was the most miserable thing that I've ever watched for a Versus.
I hate to be like the visuals or everything, like the graphics of the game or everything or something, but it was, do you know in video games like Fallout, Gears of War, there was that whole thing where everything was very grey and like browny, muddy, of just bleh. It was that.
Yeah.
There was just nothing eye-catching
You said
about
cyberpunk, and every single time I think of cyberpunk, I think of like super bright neon and stuff like that. But this was just super bright windows. It was just awful.
There's robot, cyborg kind of people.
They're like the helpers. What are they called? The what's his faces?
Auto-rave.
That,
Auto-rave. Right, so a bit like Blade Runner, sometimes they go crazy, which may be because of a virus sometimes.
Yeah.
So Rial has to hunt them down.
Yeah.
She's the girl with the blue eyes, supposed to be the girl from Effervescence, supposedly.
She's the granddaughter of a big boss.
Yes.
Don't meet him.
And then she's got Iggy, the robot, who's like a helper guy.
He seems nice.
He seems nice.
At the moment.
And then there's this kind of monstery one that's running around. So at the start it escapes the lab.
So he's the one with the weird gimp mask on.
Yeah,
there's one with a gimp mask and like a neck chain with a thing coming out of his neck.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's two with long hair, because all the other ones are very shape.
They're not really... Yeah.
They're very unhuman. And she's hunting them.
Yeah, hunting them just sort of just trying to stop the virus, but obviously there's some sort of conspiracy going on in there because she doesn't really trust stuff.
The company's making the robots, but then trying to cover up them being
feels very
evil.
iRobot.
Yes.
It felt very iRobot to me. So also, what was quite weird was the underlying immigrant story that was
very
going on.
anti-immigrant, very... was it anti-religious? Did you hear the mosque thing as well?
No, I didn't hear the mosque.
So anyone who's an immigrant, they have to earn citizenship, I think, to be in the city.
By working on these robots.
Yeah, so one of the guys who lost it, was he one of the guys hunting the robots? I'm not sure. He had to basically earn his citizenship, and he was just constantly called an immigrant. And he goes, and I'm assuming he goes and repairs robots.
Yeah.
Because there's a woman who had just been allowed, I don't know if it was a human baby, or she was allowed
it was a fake baby, but that was the
she
child.
was being allowed.
But that was the child that she
not
was
the one she
allowed.
had. No. So she's been allowed. She basically, she's like, I don't want this kid anymore. I think it's got the virus, take it away.
Right.
So I've been allowed this baby, either a real baby or a robot baby.
Okay. But she was a robot herself.
Was she?
Yeah.
She was calling the guy immigrant.
But that's what I mean. That's, I think, how bad it's got. The robots are sort of getting to the point where they're the sort of...
Was that the case?
I feel like she was a robot.
I don't know if I saw her face.
You never saw her face, that's the thing. She was all creepy. And then when the girl woke up and was like, after having her back zipped up, she was like, Mother, why don't you go and do the laundry? And obviously she was maybe subservient to her.
Well, she basically... She obviously wanted a child robot, but she couldn't get... Maybe you have to...
You gotta have a slightly older one just before you can have a baby.
It was weird, but someone was having I think the guy had a necklace on, and she went, it's a bit too mosky. Was she saying musky or musky?
I think it was musky.
Because all the immigrant stuff, I was getting very much...
musk.
I was like, everyone is terrible in this show.
So I feel like they've got rid of all sort of wood and anything that sort of could...
Yeah.
I don't know, smell musky. I don't really know what musky smells.
Was it? I thought musk. I hope it's not musk, but I was like, this place is horrible to live.
Yeah.
And she just say it's like this paradise of shitness.
Yeah, it's awful. It seems very
also,
boring.
he has a dull face.
Who's got a dull face?
She cuts the guy. Yeah. Also, there's a guy who just looked like Hitler with the Hitler moustache.
Oh yeah, no, I saw him. I thought that was a bit odd.
Yeah, I hated this. Do you know what I loved?
What?
Did you get to the end credit song?
Well, yeah, I did get to the end credit song. I watched. Yeah, but I didn't listen to it. It wasn't that great, was it?
Do you not know what it was? Famous English band?
No.
It was Paranoid Android by Radiohead.
Oh, shit. No, yes, I did notice that.
I was like, shit. I was completely uninterested in this whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they won me over on that.
I think I was just happy it was ending.
Now, full disclosure, we tried to find some sort of cyberpunk-esque thing. Because cyberpunk's about, I'm playing it. No, everyone hates it. Yeah. It's good, it's bad, whatever, but it's obviously in the zeitgeist at the moment. And so I did pick, originally, Bubblegum Crisis, which was 45 minutes, absolute shit. I'll be honest, Bubblegum Crisis match. But these are both very high rated. These are 8 out of 8.1.
The next one, Serial Experiments
Lain. The visuals I really liked, I'll be honest with you. They were weird.
Yeah.
Very colourful, and all the shadows were had almost like water in them sometimes.
It was I don't know, it feels like this girl just needs glasses. It feels like all the problems are just she's seeing everything. I'd go crazy if I was seeing the world like that.
Wait, the girl that killed herself or the other girl?
The other girl, she needs glasses.
Well, basically, a girl kills herself, and then she ends up somehow stuck inside a computer.
Yeah.
So I was like, this isn't cyberpunk at all for the first 90% of it. And then it was like, oh, people tried to sell computers, and the dad had a million things. But basically,
the dad was like the mum and the dad were both really fucking horrible.
I didn't like the food eating sounds when they're having dinner. And it's like, and then it's like, Mother, can I talk to you about my friend? She lives in an email.
Yeah. And then she was like, shut the fuck up. She didn't care at all. And the dad's just addicted to tech.
He has got a million big old computers, big box ones with 17 screens.
What was that weird Pokédex sort of computer?
Hers. I really liked her Nurse Joy computer.
Yeah, it was like a Pokédex computer. Yeah. It was like, it's not just like an upgrade from a Pokédex. Anyway, Julie gets an email from these people. Julie's
was that not Lain?
No. So basically...
Navi, sorry. Navi's the friend.
Yeah, Cheezer, who is the girl who died, who committed suicide right at the start.
Navi's the computer, sorry.
Yeah, Navi's the friend, yeah. And then Julie keeps getting these emails, and everyone keeps getting these emails from Cheezer, basically telling her...
I'm not up on that stuff. She's like, did you not get the email when she goes to school with a bitch school friend?
And then
I'm not up on all that stuff.
Yeah, you should be checking your email at least once a day.
Yeah.
Shut up. So she finally checks her email, because she's like, gets round to it, finally, on the Navi, and she's getting emails, and basically... Cheezer is basically just telling her to come and commit suicide.
Come and commit suicide to the guard inside.
Yeah.
That's when it got cyberpunky, and I was like, oh, the computers... It was like the world looked completely normal. The computers were obviously looked shit, but were actually quite
I think it was
high-tech almost. It was a talking computer. Or was that
I don't know when this came out. Like, part of me feels like if it came out in the 80s, I'd be like, yeah, that was pretty ahead of its time.
Yeah.
But if it came out anywhere after in the 2000s,
I think it's
like,
early 90s.
Right,
I might be wrong.
That's not too bad then.
The other one was 2006. There's virtually no talking in it. These were both weird, and I don't know if I was watching either of them, but if I was at cyber gunpoint and I was going to get brain hacked, I'd pick the second one.
Yes, I would as well. I want
to know where it's going.
Mostly because I feel like... Yeah, the other one I didn't care where it was going. I sort of could see where
every part of it was from something else.
Yes.
And I realised it's like 8 point whatever, and loads of people really love it. And if you love it, that's absolutely fine.
And we obviously we've not seen too much of it, so it might be amazingly good. But on this first bit, it wasn't amazingly good.
If anyone wants to hate me, it's all the Bubblegum Crisis people, because that show said boomer, and I realised OK Boomer is such an old meme now, but in it the robots called boomers, and it's like, it's a boomer. Oh, you're a boomer. I didn't know you were a boomer, and it would just fucking want to kill myself. I was in my head, it's like fucking Ethan Klein from H3 going, OK Boomer, OK. Anyway, sorry. So please hate me if you love Bubblegum Crisis.
They were both really awful. I was very hungover. I don't know if it was
awful.
I was very hungover.
Definitely not hungover. What?
Hating it.
Yeah.
It was so bright on my eyes. I felt like her. So I think it was probably the worst thing for me to watch. But I mean, even still, I don't think I would like either of them.
No, but it was annoying how the first one had. Obviously, they spent a lot of money on it. It wasn't like cheap, but it was just the aesthetic was so dull and boring. There was just nothing drawing me in,
and you couldn't really see any sort of like. You couldn't really see the outline. You couldn't really see the outlines of people, so you didn't really know who anyone was.
The only person who looked like a person was the main girl and Hitler. Like everyone else was just like could have been a blank face. Just don't watch in this episode of Versus.
Don't watch either of them. Just don't watch either of them.
Right,
thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. That was the worst Versus ever.